V formation, calling faintly. But the only other sound was the strange, eerie whispering of the wind amongst the reeds. Somewhere thunder rumbled uneasily at the edge of things, which didn't surprise me, for, in spite of the heat, the sky was gray and overcast, and rain had threatened for most of the day. About 40 or 50 yards to my right, on the same side of the dike, there was a sudden crashing amongst the reeds, and then a wild swan lifted into the air, calling angrily. So, he was closer than I had imagined. A hell of a sight closer. I raised my head cautiously and became aware of the sound of an engine somewhere in the distance. When I turned, I could see the Land Rover crossing the flooded causeway 200 yards away, Simone at the wheel. She came up out of the water and drove along the top of the dike. There wasn't much that I could do except put my head on the block like an officer and a gentleman. So I came up out of the reeds fast, grabbed for the shotgun, and ran along the dike waving my arms at her, expecting a bullet between the shoulder blades at any moment. It was really very interesting. One bullet kicked dirt to the left of me, another to the right. I was aware of Simone's face, wild-eyed in astonishment. And then, as she braked to a halt, a third round drilled a hole through the windscreen to one side of her. She stumbled out, white with fear. Another round thumped into the door panel behind her, and I grabbed her hand and dragged her down over the edge of the dike into the cover of the reeds. She went in deep and surfaced, gasping for breath, her long dark hair plastered about her face. Another bullet slammed into the body of the Land Rover. She grabbed at the front of my jacket in blind panic.
"What is it? What's happening?"
I took her hand, turned, and pushed through the reeds until I was back in my original position. Another shot sliced through the reeds overhead, and Simone ducked instinctively, going under again. She surfaced, her face streaked with filth, and I took a couple of waterproof cartridges from one of my pockets and loaded the shotgun. "He's good, isn't he?"
"For God's sake, Oliver,"
she said.
"What is all this? Who's out there?"
"Now there you have me," I said. "He's a professional, I know that, but for the rest, it's really rather peculiar. You see, I have the distinct impression that he could have killed me any one of a dozen times and didn't. I wonder why." Her mouth opened in astonishment. The wide eyes above the high cheekbones widened even more. She said in a hoarse voice,
"You're actually enjoying this?"
"Well, it's certainly enlivened a rather dull afternoon. You must admit that." Our friend fired again, shooting off the right-hand leg of the easel so that it toppled over the dike into the water. "Damn his eyes," I said. "I liked that painting. It was coming along fine. The way you were soaking the blues into the background wash was particularly pleasing." She turned, her face contorted with fear, looking as if she might break into pieces at any moment.
"Please, Oliver, do something! I can't take any more of these!"
The wine bottle exploded like a small bomb, showering glass everywhere, staining the white cloth scarlet. "Now that really does annoy me," I said. "Lafitte, 1961. A really exceptional claret. I was going to surprise you. Here, hold this." I gave her the shotgun and took off my hunting jacket.
"What are you going to do?"
she demanded. I told her, and when I'd finished, she seemed a little calmer, but was still obviously very frightened. I kissed her briefly on the cheek. "Can you handle it?" She nodded slowly.
"I think so."
I slipped the jacket over the muzzle of the shotgun and eased it up over the top of the reeds. There was an immediate shot.